about to get rammed by these trucks.
All right, here's a song. We got a long way to go, so we're
In a short time to get there. 100 bottles of beer on the wall, 100 bottles of beer. Take one down and pass it around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer on the wall, 97 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 96 bottles of beer on the wall, 96 bottles of beer on the wall, 96 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 95 bottles of beer on the wall, 95 bottles of beer on the wall, 95 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 93 bottles of beer on the wall, 94 bottles of beer on the wall, 94 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 93 bottles of beer on the wall, 93 bottles of beer on the wall, 93 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 92 bottles of beer on the wall, 92 bottles of beer on the wall, 92 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 91 bottles of beer on the wall, 91 bottles of beer on the wall, 91 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. That's 90 bottles of beer on the wall.
Here's where it gets real sad.
90 bottles of beer on the wall, 90 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 89 bottles of beer on the wall, 89 bottles of beer on the wall, 89 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 88 bottles of beer on the wall, 88 bottles of beer on the wall, 88 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 87 bottles of beer on the wall, 87 bottles of beer on the wall, 87 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 86 bottles of beer on the wall, 85 bottles of beer on the wall, 85 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 84 bottles of beer on the wall, 84 bottles of beer on the wall, 81 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around. 84 bottles of beer on the wall, 84 bottles of beer on the wall, 84 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. 92 bottles of beer on the wall,
82 bottles of beer
on the wall, 82 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 81 bottles of beer on the wall, 81 bottles of beer on the wall, 81 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. It's 80 bottles of beer on the
All
wall.
right, here's a bluesy version. 81 bottles of beer on the wall.
81 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 80 bottles of beer on the wall.
79 bottles of beer on the wall.
79 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around.
78
Bottles of beer on the wall. 78 bottles of beer on the wall. 78 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around.
77 bottles of beer on the wall.
77 bottles of beer on the wall.
What's up, Google?
Hey, what? Oh yeah, what's up? What? No, shut up. That was cool.
Where we at? 76. 76 bottles of beer on the wall.
76 bottles of beer on the wall. 76 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around.
75 bottles of beer on the wall.
75 bottles of beer on the wall. 75 bottles of beer. You take one down, pass it around.
74 bottles of beer on the wall.
74 bottles of beer on the wall. 74 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 73 bottles of beer on the wall. 73 bottles of beer on the wall. 73 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 72 bottles of beer on the wall. 72 bottles of beer on the wall. 72 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around.
71 bottles of beer on the wall.
71 bottles of beer on the wall. 71 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around.
70 bottles of beer on the wall. Okay, country style. 70 beer on the wall.
70 bottles of beer. You take one down and pass it around. 69. Oh, this is our favorite. 69 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 69 bottles of beer. You take that down and you pass it around. 68 bottles of beer on the wall. 68 bottles of beer on the wall. 68 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Leave 67 bottles of beer on the wall. 67 bottles of beer on the wall. Y'all! 67 57 bottles of beer.
I can hear you up front.
Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 66 bottles of beer on the wall. 66 bottles of beer on the wall. 68 bottles of beer.
I'm dating my sister.
Take
one
one
down.
down, gonna pass it around. 65 bottles of beer on the wall.
Yo!
65 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 65 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 64 bottles of beer on the wall. 64 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 64 bottles of beer.
64.
Take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 63 bottles of beer on the wall. 63 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 63 bottles of beer. Chris, gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. The 62
bottles of beer.
I think it's two.
I take two of
62
them.
bottles of beer on the wall.
And a diesel.
62 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. 61 bottles of beer on the wall. 60 bottles of beer on the wall. 61 bottles of beer.
Cindy Crawford's from DeKalb, Illinois. Pass it around.
60 bottles of beer on the wall.
Okay, we're gonna do reggae now. Reggae? 59
60 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 60 bottles of beer. You take one down, going to pass it around. Got 59 bottles of beer on the wall. 59 bottles of beer on the wall. I got a 59 bottle of beer.
Throw everything
Going to take one down and pass it around. That leaves 58 bottles of beer on the wall. 58 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 58 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. I got 58
bottles of beer. 57, man.
57, fuck.
57
Bottles of
What are you
beer
smoking?
on the wall. Not enough.
57
Bottles of beer.
Helping white people dance. Take one down.
Pass it around. Got 56 bottles of beer. We can't even count.
55
Bottles of beer on the wall. Got 55 bottles of beer.
Here we go.
Got
56. Take 5 down.
Oh,
Pass it around.
Got 50 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 50 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 50 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down. Pass that fucker around.
50 bottles of beer on the wall. Rap.
49 bottles of beer on the wall. 49 bottles of beer.
Motherfucker, take one down. Pass it around. 49 bottles of beer on the wall. 49
bottles of beer on the wall.
We're not very good at that.
49
We're white.
bottles of beer. What number are we on? Take one down.
That's yeah, boy.
What number are we on?
Redneck Ignite. 49 bottles of beer. I'm pretty sure that's what we got.
49 bottles of beer. We were just at 50. Take one down and you pass it around. Got 48 bottles of beer on the wall.
What do we do now?
48 bottles of beer on the wall. 48 bottles of beer.
Let's do Metallica. All right.
Take one down, pass it around.
47 bottles of beer, wall Metallica style. Ooh, yeah, yeah. 47 bottles of beer on the wall, yeah.
Take one down, gonna pass it around. You got
Take one down, pass it around. 45 bottles of beer on the wall.
45 bottles of beer on the wall. 45 bottles of beer. Yeah. Take one down, gonna pass it around.
44 bottles of
beer on the wall. 44 bottles of beer on the wall. 44 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 44 bottles of beer on the wall. 43 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 43 bottles of beer. Yeah. Take one down, gonna pass it around. We got 42 bottles of beer.
Gotta go down every time. 42 bottles of beer.
Every time?
42
bottles of beer.
Take one down.
Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. I got 41 bottles of beer on the wall. 41 bottles of beer on the wall.
We don't have anybody
41
watching
bottles of beer.
anymore.
We lost everybody. Take one down, gonna pass it around. 40 bottles of beer on the wall.
Okay, what did Bob Dylan do? 40
Bottles of beer on the wall. Yeah.
40
bottles of
beer.
beer.
I said,
Yeah, take one down and
pass it around. 39 bottles of beer on the wall.
Oh, dude, the kind
39 bottles of
beer on the wall.
39 bottles of
beer. Take one down and you pass it around. 39 bottles of beer on the wall. That's my Norm Macdonald voice because I can't do Bob Dylan.
Some finger-licking good sauce.
Take one down, pass it around.
37 bottles of beer on the wall.
Everybody must get stoned.
Bottles of beer on the wall.
All right, that ends our.
Oh, we got one back.
Keep going. Where we at?
Okay, we're at 37.
36.
36
Bottles of beer on the wall. Got 36 bottles of beer. Gonna pass that bitch down. Gonna pass it around. 35 bottles of beer on the wall.
Goes to Hollywood.
35 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 35 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down. Gonna pass it around. Got 34 bottles of beer on the wall. 34 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 34 bottles of beer. We're gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. We got 33 bottles of beer on the wall. 33 bottles of beer on the wall.
33 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down and pass it around. We got
32 bottles of beer on the wall. 32 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 32 bottles of beer. All right. Take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 31 bottles of beer on the wall.
Hey,
31 bottles of beer on the wall. 31 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. We got 30 bottles of beer
How about
on
like
the wall.
David Lee Roth?
Oh! 30 bottles of beer. Oh! Take one down, pass it around. Got 29 bottles of beer on the wall. 29 bottles of beer on the wall. 29 bottles of beer. Take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 28 bottles of beer on the wall. 28 bottles of beer on the wall. 28 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 27 bottles of beer on the wall.
Then came one little lady.
27 bottles of beer on the wall. 27 bottles of beer. No, don't take it off. Don't take it off. One down, going to pass it around. Got 26 bottles of beer on the wall. 26 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 26 bottles of beer. We're back to zero. Pass it around. Got 25 bottles of beer on the wall. 25 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 25 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 24 bottles of beer on the wall. 24 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 24 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down and pass it around. Got 23 bottles of beer on the wall. 23 bottles of beer on the wall. 23 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 22 bottles of beer on the wall.
Nirvana.
22 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 22 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. 21 bottles of beer on
Like
the wall.
Nirvana.
Nirvana.
21 bottles of beer on the wall.
We got 21 bottles of beer on the wall.
One down.
All
Pass
right.
it around.
Skip that one. Who let the dogs out?
22 bottles, 21 bottles, 22 bottles.
Beer.
Wish I had some. Wish I had some. Wish I had some.
Okay, tell me where we at.
We're at 21.
21 bottles of beer on
Sorry
the
about
wall. Got 21 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down and you pass it around. Got 19 bottles of beer on the wall. 19 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 19 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Chris drank 19 bottles of beer so far. 19
bottles of beer on the wall. 19 bottles of beer.
Gonna take one down and pass it around.
We got
18 bottles of beer on the wall. 18 bottles of beer on the wall. 18 bottles of beer.
Foo Fighters.
Take one down and pass it around. You got 17 bottles of beer on the
Winery
wall.
Dogs.
Wow.
18 bottles of beer on the wall.
18 bottles of beer. 18 down, gonna pass it around. Got 17 bottles of beer on the wall. 18 bottles of beer on the wall. 17 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down and pass it around. 16 bottles of beer on the wall. 16 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 16 bottles of beer. We're gonna take one down, gonna pass out around. 15 bottles of beer on the wall.
Can you guys hear me? I can't hear you. We're gonna do 15 bottles of beer, y'all. There's only 15 bottles of beer. Hey, hey, hey. You want that
15
beer?
bottles of beer. I'm gonna take one down and you'll pass it around. You got 15 bottles of beer. 14.
Oh, yeah, 14.
14 bottles.
14.
Fire!
14
Bottles of beer on the wall. We got 14 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. We got 13 bottles of beer on the wall. 13 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 13 bottles of beer. We're gonna take one down and we'll pass it around. We got 12 fucking bottles of beer on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
12 bottles of beer on the wall. Just 12 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. Got 11 bottles of beer on the wall. 11 just bottles of beer on the wall. Just 11 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, gonna pass it around. We got 10 bottles of beer on the wall. 10 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 10 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down, pass it around. Got 9 bottles of beer on the wall. Shit, 9 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 9 bottles of
Irish
beer.
car bombs. Gotta take one down, pass it around. We got 8 bottles of beer on the wall.
I'm just fucking drunk. I'm fucking Irish car bomb, and I'm fucking drunk. Ah!
Take one down, gonna pass it around.
Fuck you, I'm
7
drunk.
bottles of beer on
I'm
the
an
wall.
Irish car bomb,
Got
I'm
7
fucking drunk.
bottles of
Fuck
beer
you,
on
I'm
the wall.
drunk.
I quit. I'm leaving the band.
You suck.
Back.
Your solo was too long. You suck.
6 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 6 bottles of beer on the wall. Just a 6-pack left of beer. We're gonna take one down. Gonna pass it around.
We got 5 golden rings.
5 bottles of beer on the wall. Got 5 bottles of beer. Gonna take one down. Gonna pass it around. Got 4
Calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves,
and a beer in a tree.
Thank you. Oh, God, I gotta piss so
We
bad.
got 3 more to go.
No, we drank them all already.
Oh, we drank them all right. Okay, well, nobody's watching anyway.
It's alright.
That's all right. Fuck you guys. We did it on our own. We're cool.
I'm